underground radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 11 o'clock.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by KFC. Illinois has joined a multi-state lawsuit challenging new federal requirements for colleges to report detailed admissions and financial aid data by race. The suit argues the policy is overly burdensome and could lead to politically motivated investigations of universities. The Illinois Secretary of State's office is now accepting applications for about 120 paid summer jobs. The program is open to college, trade school, and graduate students, as well as some high school students, with positions available at DMV facilities and offices across the state. An Illinois lawmaker is backing a proposal to remove the state's 2-year high school foreign language requirement. State Representative Travis Weaver says the change would give students more flexibility and ease what he calls an unfunded mandate. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Hi, Flo here to say that Progressive knows that life can change quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, like when I have to take my ex off my policy.
Oh, sorry. But yes, we can do that.
And can you send them a message and tell them that they have trust issues that they need to work on?
We don't really get in the middle of these conflicts.
Also, can you let him know that I was faking interest in his band and it's probably time to grow up?
I'm not going to do it. Just know that with Progressive, you can easily make changes to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Also, I'm staying in touch with his mom because she's absolutely lovely.
Bad idea.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by USPS Ground Advantage. The Illinois Secretary of State's office is now accepting applications for about 120 paid summer jobs. The program is open to college, trade school, and graduate students, as well as some high school students, with positions available at DMV facilities and offices across the state. An Illinois lawmaker is backing a proposal to remove the state's 2-year high school foreign language requirement. State Representative Travis Weaver says the change would give students more flexibility and ease what he calls an unfunded mandate. Illinois has joined a multi-state lawsuit challenging new federal requirements for colleges to report detailed admissions and financial aid data by race. The suit argues the policy is overly burdensome and could lead to politically motivated investigations of universities. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's renter's insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home when you're in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Starting this afternoon, snow showers and patchy blowing snow are on the way with a high near 23. Tonight, patchy blowing snow continues with a slight chance of snow showers and a low around 7. Looking ahead to Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high near 22. Currently, it's 23 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the...
Fitting in shouldn't be hard, whether in life, on the court, or in the classroom. At Elgin Community College, you could find your place alongside those expanding their horizons, exploring rewarding careers, and achieving their dreams. A place for doers, thinkers, and believers. At ECC, we see you, we believe in you, and you'll fit right in. Learn more at elgin.edu/belong.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids. Rolaids' dual-active formula has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaid spells powerful relief. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Get ready for an unforgettable night out in downtown St. Charles at O-Shows, where live music, dining, and entertainment come alive. Visit the iconic Arcada Theater at 105 East Main Street and experience the venue voted Chicagoland's premier entertainment destination. Whether you're enjoying a headliner concert, dining at Rock and Ravioli, or hitting the speakeasy at Club Arcada, O-Shows creates memories. Tickets and event info at oshows.com, and you can call 630-962-7000. That's 630-962-7000. Make your reservation, bring your friends, and plan your next event at O-Shows. Live music, dining, and entertainment, all in one place. Visit oshows.com and join the fun tonight. Supporter of the America's First Responder Fest. For a little lighthearted lawlessness on Sunday afternoons, listen to Handle on the Law from 4 to 7 p.m. Handle on the Law is a unique combination of useful legal advice and outrageous Handle remarks. Whether you're talking about Big Brother, big business, big legal problems, or Big Macs, you'll rarely find Bill without an opinion. His rapid-fire commentary gives listeners the information they crave in the way they crave it. It's Handle on the Law, Sunday afternoons from 4 to 7 p.m. right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
The Supplemental Security Income Program provides monthly payments to help meet basic needs, like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low, and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability, or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to start to apply. Produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Welcome in, everybody, here to Out to Lunch on WRMN AM 1410, broadcasting live here from Studio 14, serving you, the Fox River Valley area. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today on this blustery Monday morning. We are having that awkward, strange kind of weather today, which was expected, of course. The roads were definitely on the slicker side this morning. Our morning show crew said, we do not want to try to get into an accident. So it was quite bad outside earlier today. Now, of course, the roads have cleared up a little bit more, so it is safer to go outside and drive around, get where you need to go to, of course. I was able to get here fine. But with that being said, yes, it is a blustery, kind of windy, It was a little bit more windier earlier today. I think the wind has died down just a little bit, but it is still snowing just a little bit. But we are in that winter weather advisory until 1 o'clock today. So again, a high of 25 degrees is expected for today. Again, yeah, pretty cold. It's going to be pretty cold. It already is pretty cold outside. Currently, it feels like only 1 degree, even though it's 25, it says. So it is definitely a chilly day outside. And again, please try to execute pre-planned activity if you can. But again, impacting the roads, especially bridges and overpasses, being potentially slick and hazardous, especially earlier today. Like I said, it is starting to kind of warm up a little bit, so we are seeing the roads starting to be cleared. Of course, because the salt's been put down, things like that. So it has started to clear up a little bit more. It is starting to go a little bit more east as of right now. So if you are closer into Chicago, if you are closer into Kenosha, that area is being more impacted right now as we speak, as it is moving a little bit more east. But it is starting to clear up a little bit. Again, it is a high of 25 degrees for today. That's what we're seeing. Blustery and snowing with some showers. Winds could occasionally gust to over 40 miles per hour. Now for tonight, we do see cloudy early. It's going to be a little bit more of a clearing expected late. It does drop down to a low of 7 degrees. That's coming up. That's for later tonight on the 16th. On the 17th, tomorrow on Tuesday, we do see a high of 23 degrees. Partly cloudy skies are going to be accumulating during the morning hours and then eventually overcast in the afternoon. It's supposed to be cold. It does drop down to a low of about 19 degrees coming up for Tuesday night. Cloudy with some snow showers in the evening. Steady snow likely after midnight. And then we do see a chance of snow at about 70%. And that's about an inch of snow could potentially happen coming up tomorrow night. Heading on into Wednesday, temperatures do start to rise. We do start Wednesday morning with some flurries or snow showers possible. Cloudy skies early, becoming more partly cloudy in the afternoon. Later into the day, for Wednesday, we're supposed to be seeing a high of 42, dropping down to 32 as our low, mostly cloudy skies. So again, that snow and ice will definitely start to melt then. And we're going to continue to see those temperatures rise here. We see for Thursday the 19th, a high of 54. Cloudy skies early and then partly cloudy in the afternoon. It drops down to a low of 34 degrees, partly cloudy during the evening, followed by some more cloudier skies overnight. And the wind speeds are supposed to be only about 5 to 10 miles per hour. That's for Thursday. For Friday, it's going to start to feel a little bit more like spring. We see a high of 61, considerable amount of cloudiness though, but the warmer temperatures, can't complain too much about that. And then it drops down to a low of 40 degrees coming up for Friday night, mostly cloudy. Saturday rolls around. It's the 21st of March. We see a high of 58, mostly cloudy skies early and then partly cloudy in the afternoon. It drops down to a low of 36, a few clouds from time to time, and that's going to be for Saturday, the 21st. For Sunday, we see a high of 52, partly cloudy skies in the morning, giving way to some cloudier skies during the afternoon. We do see a slight chance of a rain shower coming through. It drops down to a low of 28 degrees. Partly cloudy skies are going to be in that forecast coming up. That'll be for Sunday. And then finally for next Monday, a week from today, a high of 42 is going to be in that forecast. Considerable amount of clouds early with some decrease in clouds later in the day. It drops down to a low of 29 degrees coming up for next Monday night. Partly cloudy skies are going to be coming through. Wind speeds of about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So again, if you want to take a look further into the forecast, you can find it on the Weather Channel. This is usually the one that I use. I like to use it. Some people prefer to use some other ones, AccuWeather, or maybe even your phone or your tablet, wherever you might find that local weather. But that's the forecast that we're seeing here. So we'll definitely keep you up to date and in tune with all of that. You are listening to Out to Lunch. Out to Lunch is sponsored by St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. Get back to doing what you love with expert orthopedic and spine care at St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. St. Joseph Hospital is a proud member of Prime Healthcare, and they are here to keep you moving. Of course, you can visit their physical location at 77 North Airlight Street, or you can also call their number to schedule your appointment today. So thank you so much to St. Joseph Hospital of Elgin for sponsoring today's show, Out to Lunch. We're also happy to say they are going to be on the airwaves with us coming up at the 12 o'clock hour. We're having a special interview with them, with St. Joseph Hospital and some members. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up during our 12 o'clock segment for today. We're going to be talking a little bit with Dr. Zachary Goldstein, who is an orthopedic spine surgeon affiliated with St. Joseph Hospital. He specializes in minimally invasive and outpatient spine procedures. He's coming into the station at 12 with a couple other guests who are going to be talking with us a little bit about what they have to offer. So Dr. Goldstein will be with us today from St. Joseph, and then also Karen Keep, who is Director of Acute Care Services, to share what the patient post-op experiences are like for a lot of people. So that'll be coming up later today. That'll be for the 12 o'clock segment. That'll be from 12:06 until 12:30. So we'll have that 24-minute segment where we'll interview them, and it'll be quite interesting. So definitely stay tuned for that. The time is approaching, well, it's now 16 past the hour, so we're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, we'll talk about our inspirational story of the day today, posted by a user named Zara Malik Dollface. I like that username. We'll also go through something to maybe chew on a little bit here when it comes to some food, the word of the day, National Day, and then, of course, we also do have some more food to talk about when it comes to our conversation story of the day. And it talks a little bit about barbecue and how, of course, we are getting closer into the springtime. And so we're getting into the warmer weather where you can go outside and you can barbecue a little bit more. So we'll talk about that and more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN AM 1410. Stay tuned and we'll be right back.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
It's what we were taught, trained, and told to do.
It could be for anything. Helping a friend move.
Listening to a fellow veteran for hours, at any hour of the day.
Or just simply making time for people. A neighbor, a loved one, or even a stranger.
We're often the first to help others. There's no question about it.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
Perhaps it's time to do for yourself what you would do for others.
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark, and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids right here in our own backyard are facing hunger every day? Without healthy food, it's harder to grow, to thrive, to feel their best.
The impact when children don't have enough to eat is tremendous because when you're hungry and your basic needs aren't being met, you cannot learn.
Every child deserves to be fed. This is a problem we know how to solve. Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Breakfast in the classroom contributes to kids being more focused, which leads to higher grades, and simply just their well-being.
Thank you! Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN, the voice of the Valley and the talk of the town, broadcasting live here from Studio 14. We're serving you the Fox River Valley area. We hope you're enjoying this day. We're seeing a little bit of sunshine coming through. It is mainly cloudy still that we're seeing, but can't complain too much because the weather, again, I know it's getting cold, but it is going to start to get warmer as we do get closer to springtime. Lots of fun things going on in spring, and we'll keep you in tune with all of that coming up here on Out to Lunch and our other local programming shows and program shows here on WRMN. Let's talk a little bit about our inspirational story of the day today. This is a stranger that helped this person's dad in a way that he'll probably never forget, or they'll never forget. This is by a user named Zara Malik Dollface, posted today on sunnyskies.com. This happened when I was a kid, but it's one of those moments that really stuck with me for years. My dad and I were at a grocery store late in the evening. If you notice a trend here, a lot of these stories are grocery store related stories. It was one of those quick run in and grab a few things types of trips. I remember being tired and leaning on the shopping cart while he checked out. When the cashier rang everything up, my dad reached out for his wallet and froze. He had forgotten it. I remember the look on his face because it wasn't just embarrassment. He had already put everything on the belt. The cashier had scanned it all, and there were a couple of people waiting behind us. He started apologizing and said he had to leave the groceries there and come back later. Right as he was about to ask the cashier to cancel everything, the woman behind us in line stepped up and forward and said, "It's okay, I've got it." My dad immediately tried to refuse and told her she really didn't have to do that. She just smiled and said, "It's not a big deal. You can help someone else another time." The whole thing took maybe 30 seconds. She paid, wished us good luck and a good night, and left before my dad could even really thank her properly. I remember sitting in the car afterward. My dad was quiet for a moment. Finally, he said, "Remember that. When you can help someone someday, you do it." It's funny because I don't remember what groceries were bought that night, but I do remember that moment perfectly. And every once in a while, when I get the chance to make someone's day a little bit easier, I think about that woman in the grocery store line. That's a nice little inspirational story to start off your morning or continue on your morning. I say start off your morning or continue on your morning. You might just be waking up right now. Hello, good morning. Or, of course, you're starting your day, continuing it on. Maybe you are getting close to the lunchtime segment as it is coming up very soon. And with that being said, it is the lunchtime. So let's chew on this. The chew on this segment is a little segment I like to do where we like to chew on something, not physically, but mentally. Think about it. Let's dissect it a little bit. Let's chew on it for a little bit. And usually it does have to relate to the food side of things. So with Easter coming up around the corner here, I know St. Patty's Day is already tomorrow. We already know those gold chocolate coins are going to be, if not already bought out a lot of the different stores. But we know also Easter's coming up too. And Easter is very well known when it comes to the candy for chocolate. And in fact, here in the weeks before Easter, approximately $500 million is spent on chocolate alone. This accounts for 70% of the total candy sales that week. This is the week before Easter that comes around. So with that being said, we see it here. Chocolate's very popular. You put it in those Easter baskets. You get ready to have some parties. Maybe you do Easter egg hunt with some chocolates. That is what the fact of the day is today. In the week before Easter, approximately $500 million is spent on chocolates. And that's, again, accounting for 70% of the total candy sales that week. So why is this? Why is chocolate so popular, of course, during the Easter time? Well, it's a popular Easter choice to have due to a mixture of different things. There's the mixture of religious tradition and also the celebration of spring and the 19th century commercial innovation. It marks the end of the 40-day Lenten fast when sweets were traditionally forbidden. It symbolizes new life, fertility, and rebirth through chocolate, eggs, and bunnies. So with it, of course, being end of Lent, a lot of Christians who celebrate Lent fasted from eggs and dairy during Lent. By Easter Sunday, a large surplus of eggs started to exist again, which were then decorated and eventually replaced by chocolate to celebrate the end of the fast. When it comes to the more symbol of new life, the spiritual side of things, eggs and hares or rabbits are ancient symbols of fertility, renewal, and spring, and they align with the theological theme of resurrection, too. In terms of the 19th century innovations, early chocolate makers in Europe, particularly in France and Germany, began making solid, then hollow chocolate eggs in the 1800s, according to honeymoonchocolates.com. A little history on the chocolates and Easter there. J.S. Fry & Sons in the UK produced the first hollow chocolate egg back in 1873, followed soon by the Cadbury eggs, which are always delicious. And then there's even some other culturally different traditions, including German traditions. German immigrants brought the folklore of the Osterhase, Easter hare, to the U.S., which evolved into the modern gift-giving chocolate bunny tradition that we see today. So again, Easter, it's the second highest selling candy holiday after Halloween, with over $3 billion spent on treats annually. And again, $500 million of that is spent on chocolate. So chocolate is quite the delicious treat to have. And of course, maybe a tradition that you enjoy having closer to Easter time. And even right now, too, with St. Patrick's Day coming up tomorrow. Now, what are some of the most popular chocolates during the Easter time here? Well, of course, here's a good list to you that you can find according to marthastewart.com and also Kroger. Looks like here some of the top ones that you can enjoy, especially coming up this year, 2026, include Reese's Peanut Butter Eggs. They're cited as the #1 item of choice this year, often topping sales in dozens of different states. The Cadbury mini eggs are, of course, extremely popular for their crunchy candy shell and chocolate filling. The Gold Bunny eggs, the Lind Gold Bunny eggs, they're a premium bunny egg chocolate to have. They're a staple gift for baskets. The Kinder Joy eggs are another one, popular for combining chocolate with a surprise toy in the center. That was always something I always loved about it. And then, of course, there's the Hershey's and the Palmer bunnies and the carrot-shaped Reese's Pieces, too. So there's a lot of different candies out there that are, of course, very popular. Lots of them accounted for are that chocolate, that delicious chocolate. So that's the interesting fact that we can chew on a little bit here, especially with coming up tomorrow being St. Patrick's Day. And then, of course, also coming up, we've got Easter around the corner into next month. Let's take a look at our word of the day today. The word of the day is an adjective. It is putative. Putative is the word. It is spelled P-U-T-A-T-I-V-E. The word putative is a formal word used to describe something that is generally believed, supposed, or assumed to be something specified. It is always used before a noun. So here's how it's used in an example sentence. The group's putative leader was conspicuously absent from the meeting. So that's what the word is of the day today. You can find this and more posted. That is on merriam-webster.com. We are approaching, of course, our bottom of the hour news and messages from our sponsors. So, of course, when we come back, we'll talk more about the National Day calendar. What do we have to recognize, celebrate, and enjoy today? There is a cute one that's recognized today, and, of course, also some pretty delicious ones, too, if you want to give them a try. And then, of course, we'll also go into our conversation story of the day. What makes smoky charred barbecue taste so good? And we'll talk a little bit about the chemistry of cooking over an open flame. Coming up during the 12 o'clock hour, we are having some doctors coming in from St. Joseph Hospital, the sponsor of today's show, Out to Lunch. As always, thank you so much for sponsoring Out to Lunch. So we'll talk with them a little bit. We also do have our Tradio segment at 12:30. The flea market season is here. Garage sale season will eventually be coming. So if you've got anything that you're looking to buy, sell, trade, and or announce to the Fox River Valley area, don't forget you can call in during that time at 847-931-1410, or you can also feel free to text us at 505-926-1410. Stay tuned for more here on Out to Lunch. We've got some more content coming your way, of course, too. And don't forget, you can also watch us on YouTube, youtube.com/WRMN radio. If you want to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more in just a little bit.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by KFC. An Illinois lawmaker is backing a proposal to remove the state's 2-year high school foreign language requirement. State Representative Travis Weaver says the change would give students more flexibility and ease what he calls an unfunded mandate. Illinois has joined a multi-state lawsuit challenging new federal requirements for colleges to report detailed admissions and financial aid data by race. The suit argues the policy is overly burdensome and could lead to politically motivated investigations of universities. The Illinois Secretary of State's office is now accepting applications for about 120 paid summer jobs. The program is open to college, trade school, and graduate students, as well as some high school students, with positions available at DMV facilities and offices across the state. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The greatest insult the Colonel ever suffered was being served a wrap that was just a snack by a friend. So he took 2 crispy tenders, lettuce, tomatoes, and pepper mayo, and wrapped them in a soft tortilla. It wasn't a snack, it was a meal. He called it a twister, and never called that friend again. The Colonel lived, so we could chicken. The Twister, now back at KFC, classic or with bacon. Also try it spicy. It's finger-licking good.
Prices and participation may vary.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Paid for by Michael Pierce for Congress.
I am an Illinois conservative candidate for U.S. Congress running to represent the 11th District, and it was called Illinois home for my entire life. I'm a college graduate and earned both my master's and doctorate degrees while serving my country in the armed forces. I retired from the Army with the rank of Lieutenant Colonel and afterwards continued working for the Department of Defense for both the European and Africa commands. As a service-disabled veteran, I remain active in veterans organizations. I continue to work diligently for the benefit of veterans in need to help them and their families transition from military back to civilian life. I need your vote to go to Washington to represent Illinois, to fight for a brighter future for its residents, and help eliminate Washington's inefficient, bloated bureaucracy that had plagued our previous administration. My name is Mike Pierce, Republican candidate for U.S. Congress, 11th District. I want to work for you and bring real change to Illinois and to Washington. I am asking for your vote. And I approve this message.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Starting this afternoon, snow showers and patchy blowing snow are likely with a high near 23. Tonight, patchy blowing snow continues with a slight chance of snow showers. Look for a low around 7. On Tuesday, mostly sunny skies will return, bringing a high near 22. Currently, it's 24 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN. I hope you're enjoying the day so far here today. We got some national days and holidays to recognize, celebrate, and enjoy. And of course, not just in particular the national, oh my goodness, not just the specific days to say, but also the weeks. The weeks are also included in that too. I got the door locked over here. Let me take a quick little break. I got to get my guests in here. Stay tuned. Okay, and I am back, folks. Thanks for the patience. Let's take a look here at the national days that we have to recognize, celebrate, and enjoy today. What do we have here when it comes to some food? Well, it's National Artichoke Hearts Day today. Now, I know, all right, now there's many people out there that do like artichokes. I'm not one of them, but I will talk about it anyway because it is a food. They offer a tasty food option to add some flavor to every dessert. Tasty to some people, not to me, but that's okay. Anyway, but with that being said, it is National Artichokes Heart Day today, and according to the California Artichoke Advisory Board, there is one out there, folks. Artichokes are a good source of antioxidants, vitamin C, folate, and magnesium, which of course is great. The antioxidants in artichokes are very good for your liver. They help promote healthy skin. Artichokes are also high in fiber, calcium, protein, and also low in calories too. Artichokes are also high so they are also fat-free and cholesterol-free, which make artichokes a healthy and delicious food to celebrate. So if you want to check it out, of course, you can make it for yourself, or maybe if you want to get it at a restaurant or something like that, a local business around the area, of course, you can do that too. But that's recognized today in terms of the food side of things. I think that's really it for the food side of things. But there are some other days that are recognized. National Panda Day is recognized today, drawing the attention to one of the world's most unique bears. Pandas are also one of the world's most endangered and adored animals. Conservationists and animal lovers alike are spreading the word about the increased efforts of the international community dedicated to protecting and restoring habitats. Now, native to China, giant pandas are members of the bear or Ursidae family. Their rapidly shrinking habitat is a major cause for concern. As an endangered species, successful panda breeding programs are quite rare. In the wild, there are approximately only 1,864 and 100 living in zoos around the world, and that's according to the Worldwide Fund for Nature. So, again, they are quite cute for sure, and many of you people out there might even have a love for pandas. Maybe you've seen them in person before. Maybe you've got a panda-themed room or a panda-themed kitchen. Maybe you've got a panda stuffed animal, whatever the case might be. Maybe you've got a panda shirt. Maybe you like doing a panda kind of a dance or something. I don't know. But that's recognized today on this national day. Now, there are some national weeks to recognize too, so we also want to pay tribute to them. It is Brain Awareness Week. This is something that's an awareness internationally and educational. Brain Awareness Week is celebrated annually in the third week of March globally. The week aims to foster public enthusiasm and support for brain science. And did you know that there are 100 billion neurons in the human brain? These neurons are the information messengers that transmit information between different brain areas. And we have so much more to discover and learn about our brain. There's still so much mystery behind our brains. It's amazing. It's so fascinating of what is still unknown. Brain research allows us to understand our biology and body function better, which empowers medical professionals to find ways to prevent or treat brain, nervous system, and body problems. And this is exactly what Brain Awareness Week aims to achieve. So those are some good days that are recognized, at least here. This is one of them that is the history, Brain Awareness Week. So you can, do some research on your brain if you want. There's some other weeks that are also recognized today, too. It is International Teach Music Week, which is observed every year during the third week of March all around the world. This year it takes place from today until March 22nd. Now, this week encourages a lot of music lovers, musicians, and music schools to take up new students and introduce them to the world of music. Oftentimes, the first step is the hardest to take and celebrate, such as International Teach Music Week. This is a splendid time to step up for the music community. It is a happy International Teach Music Week to everyone who especially shares the joy of music. Learning music, teaching music, just all things music, right? So that's recognized this week. It is also National Button Week. It's an appreciation for the buttons out there that we have. Maybe it's buttons on our coats or maybe buttons on our sleeves. Maybe you yourself are a button collector. This is a day and a week to recognize, honoring the buttons and their unique place in our history. Now, throughout history, buttons are captured in the arts, the politics, the culture, and fashion of a period in small emblems. The collecting of buttons is noted as quite a hobby that a lot of people like. Thousands of people take pride in, really, and to preserve and honor the buttons as an expression of art, the National Button Society was formed in 1938. The society brings button enthusiasts together from far and wide to celebrate the joy that they share through this. Now, back in 1989, the National Button Society dedicated the entire week to celebrate this. Buttons are an art in miniature, and they are definitely something sometimes we don't think too much about, too. They have purpose. They do have purpose. Sometimes they're just purposeful to be in style. They're in fashion, right? Maybe you've got that extra button on your coat that you're like, why is this even here? We never even use it, right? So there's that sense of things. Sometimes they're attached as extra buttons in case you lose one to get it back on there. From appreciation to discomfort, people have a lot of opinions about buttons. So that is recognized also as a week. It is also National Fragrance Week as well. This is recognized today in the United States. A special day to celebrate fragrances, allowing the fragrance industry to promote the use of fragrances worldwide. So again, that's pretty cool too. As someone who does like to wear fragrances, I have quite the collection. So usually less than 2% of the fragrance is actually fragrance. And even that smaller amount contains many tiny ingredient molecules that must be expertly combined. So if you want to learn a little bit more history on that, history on fragrances, what are some of your favorite fragrances that you like? There's a lot that are out there. Maybe you have a collection of fragrances. You can look up oldest fragrance. Let's see, I want to see what's the oldest fragrance that's still in production. The oldest that is continually produced perfume is available, widely considered the Farina 1709, which was created by Giovanni Maria Farina in 1709. And it has been produced for a couple hundred years, which is pretty cool. I've never heard of that one before. There was another one. There's Acqua della Regina from 1533. That's also an old one, too. So there's a couple other ones. Refreshing Tonic is another one. 4711, which is another one. Eau de Cologne from 1792 or around 1799. That's another one that is still, I believe, produced today. So there's quite a few ones that are produced. I tend to wear. I try not to wear too much. I've been told before. Sometimes I'm like, it's too fragrancy, too much. But I don't want to wear too little either. I want to try to find a little bit of balance. So sometimes, there's really an art when it comes to picking out your favorite fragrance. You got to do a little bit of a tester, smell it, see if you like it. Is it going to be too strong for you? Is it going to be not strong enough? Do you like the scent? The scent is going to set the mood a little bit differently. If it's a little bit more light and airy, maybe a little bit more on the quote feminine side or flowery or sweet. It might give you a little bit more of a, kind of a candy-like sweetness to it. Sometimes I do like wearing those. Or sometimes I'll wear something a little bit more musky, a little bit more woody, right? So there's a lot of different ones that are out there. There's some mysterious ones, all that good stuff. So that is all recognized this week. Fragrance Week is definitely a good one. The time is 45 past the hour. We're going to take another quick time out. When we come back, we'll talk more about what we have for our conversation story of the day, discussing a little bit about smoky charred barbecue and why it tastes so good, and a little bit of the chemistry behind that. So stay tuned for this and more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN AM 1410. We'll be back with more in just a bit. Since 1960, Fox Valley Fire and Safety has been dedicated to caring for our customers and protecting our community. What began in a family basement with just 2 employees has grown into a team of more than 300, supported by nearly 200 service vehicles. But our mission has never changed. We're here to keep the people and businesses we serve safe. Our service technicians are available 24/7, 365 days a year across Northern Illinois, because your safety can't wait. To learn more, visit foxvalleyfire.com or call 847-695-5990. A proud member of the Elgin Area Chamber of Commerce, supporting the local business community.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Looking to set sail on your dream vacation? Cruises International has you covered. Specializing in land and sea getaways, they're here to make your vacation unforgettable. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, they offer personalized service with a global network of specialists to ensure your trip is tailor-made just for you. Call today at 800-255-7447 to speak with a cruise and vacation expert. And don't miss Travel Tuesdays on WRMN AM 1410 every first Tuesday of the month from 11 to 12 p.m. on Out to Lunch. That's Cruises International. Your vacation, your way.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-785-1673. 800-785-1673. 800-785-1673. That's 800-785-1673.
And welcome back, folks, here to Out to Lunch on WRMN AM 1410, broadcasting live here from Studio 14, serving you, the Fox River Valley area. The show Out to Lunch is sponsored by St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. Get back to doing what you love with expert orthopedic and spine care at St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. From advanced surgery to personalized rehab, their specialists are with you throughout your care journey. St. Joseph Hospital is a proud member of Prime Healthcare, and they're here to keep you moving. So schedule your appointment today by calling 847-931-5525 or visit their website at stjosephelgin.com to learn more. Also coming up at the 12 o'clock hour, we're going to be having some guests coming in to discuss with us a little bit about some of the outpatient, minimally invasive and outpatient spine procedures, and a little bit on what the patient post-op experience is like too. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up starting at the 12 o'clock hour here on Out to Lunch, WRMN. Now, of course, I would say it's pretty safe to say that I think most of us are looking forward to the nicer warm weather. I can say that pretty confidently here. The warm weather will eventually come. It'll arrive. We will be graced by it eventually. And that means that we're going to start thinking a little bit about cooking, especially outdoors. Now, what makes smoky charred barbecue taste so good? Well, of course, there's the factor that comes into it, of course, of the celebration of it, right? Warmer weather makes outdoor cooking a lot more comfortable. There's, of course, the social gatherings and holidays. There's, of course, also seasonal foods that taste very good grilled too. Hamburgers, hot dogs, corn on the cob, perfect for grilling, fresh produce, and lighter meals also match that relaxed summer vibe too. So, again, lots of different reasons why. But let's go through a little bit on the science behind it here too. This was posted a couple of years ago by Christine Nolan, who is an associate professor of chemistry at the University of Richmond, talking to us a little bit about this. So the mere barbecue, or I would say the mere thought of barbecue's smoky scents and intoxicating flavors can be enough to get most mouths watering. Summer is going to be approaching us soon, spring really especially, and that means the barbecue season for many people in the U.S. is around the corner. Now, Christine here is a lover of food, including barbecue. Cooking on a grill may seem simple, but there are lots of chemistry. There's a lot of chemistry that sets barbecue apart from other cooking methods and results in such a delicious experience too. So definitely a good one to try out. And let's talk a little bit about this here. So we've got cooking with fire. First, it is important to define barbecue because the term can mean kind of different things in different cultures or geographic locations. At its most basic, barbecue is the cooking of food over an open flame, right? We all know this. Well, it sets barbecue apart from other cooking methods is how heat reaches the food. So on a barbecue, the hot grill grates heat the food, the hot grill grates. They heat the food via direct contact through a process known as conduction. The food also warms and cooks by absorbing radiation directly from the flames below. Now, the mixture of the heating methods allows for you to sear the parts of the food touching the grill while simultaneously cooking the parts that aren't touching the griddle, like the sides and top, through radiating heat. The resulting range of temperatures creates a complex mixture of flavors and also those aromas. Now, when cooking over a stovetop, there's a lot less radiation, and most of the cooking is done where the food is in direct contact with the pan. Now, when it does come to barbecuing, you can either put the food directly above the flames, what is called direct heat, or further away on a indirect heat. The direct cooking method subjects the food to very high temperatures, as the grilling surface can be anywhere from 500 to 700 degrees Fahrenheit or 260 to 371 degrees Celsius. Now, the indirect cooking method places the heat source to the side of the food or far below, exposing the food to temperatures of around 200 to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, of course, there's also cooking, the process of using high temperatures to drive chemical reactions that change food at a molecular level. When you cook meat at higher temperatures, like oven direct heat or barbecue, then the first thing that is to happen is that the water near the meat surface boils off. Once the surface is dry, the heat causes the proteins and sugars on the outside of the meat to undergo a reaction called the Maillard reaction. This reaction produces a complex mixture of molecules that make food taste more savory or, quote, meaty, and that adds a little bit more of depth to the scent and to those flavors, right? So the reaction and the flavors it produces are really influenced by many variables, including temperature and acidity, as well as the ingredients within any sauces, rubs, or marinades. Now, a simple process occurs with vegetables. Barbecuing allows the water to evaporate or drip down without getting trapped by a pan. This keeps the vegetables from becoming soggy and promotes caramelization reactions. Now, these reactions turn carbohydrates and sugars into smaller compounds like maltol, which has a toasty flavor, and furin, which tastes a little bit more nutty, meaty, and caramel-like. Then, of course, there's also the charring and the crisping. Another hallmark of barbecuing food is the unique char it develops. When foods are exposed to heat and prolonged periods of time, for that matter, non-carbon atoms in the food break down. They leave behind the crispy black carbon. This is the process known as burning or charring. Almost no one likes a completely burnt piece of meat. I know some people who have. My grandpa's girlfriend back in the day always loved any type of meat burnt. However, little splashes of crispy char flavor can really add a lot of depth to the foods. Cooking over the direct heat of a barbecue allows for you to add just the right amount of char to make your taste, to match your taste. Now, unfortunately, for those who like it a little bit extra crispier, some of the chemicals in the charred meat are known carcinogens. Those are, though the dangers are far lower than smoking cigarettes. For example, limiting the amount of charring on meats can actually help to reduce the risk of developing cancer too. And then, of course, you get into the smoky flavors of things. The final quintessential barbecue flavor is that smokiness. Cooking over wood or charcoal involves a lot of smoke. Even on a gas grill, melting fats will drip onto the heat source and produce smoke. As smoke swirls around the barbecue, the food will absorb its flavors. Smoke is also made up of gases, water vapor, and small solid particles from the fuel. Burning wood breaks down molecules called lignins, and then in turn, they turn into smaller organic molecules, including syringol and guaiacol, I think is how it's pronounced. I could be completely pronouncing that wrong. But they're mainly responsible, though, for the quintessential smoky flavor. So, again, smoke can contain hundreds of possibilities of these carcinogens, depending on what you are burning. So only a small amount of research really has been done on whether grilled foods absorb enough smoke to pose a significant risk to health. But researchers also know that inhaling smoke is strongly correlated to cancer and things like that too. So while the idea of barbecuing your favorite dish may evoke the feeling of simple pleasures, the science behind it is quite a little bit more on the complex side. So the next time you enjoy the smoky goodness from food from a grill, you will hopefully appreciate the diverse nature of the compounds and reactions that help to produce it. So, of course, there's the science behind it. There's always usually a science behind a lot of different things. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN AM 1410. Up next, we have some wonderful guests from our sponsors of today's show, Out to Lunch, which is sponsored by St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up. And then, of course, we also do have our Tradio segment at 12:30, followed by some more local programming in the future. We'll talk more about that coming towards the tail end of the Out to Lunch segment. Don't forget you can tune in through that AM 1410 dial, or also listen to us and watch us streaming live here on YouTube, youtube.com/WRMN radio. If you want to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell, you can always keep yourself up to date and in the loop on what's happening here in the Fox River Valley and what's going on here on WRMN. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more here in just a bit. Here on WRMN AM 1410, we like to keep you informed and in tune to what's happening here in the Fox River Valley and what's going on here on WRMN. We recognize the importance of local radio to be a part of the conversation and to be a part of the community for the community.
You know, we talked about the importance of community theater, but supporting community radio is a big deal too. And, you know, for WRMN, this is a really cool thing that you guys do every day, and a really important thing. You have to have a local media outlet to talk about what's going on in your town. So you guys do a nice job.
Tune in to AM 1410, WRMN. Don't forget, you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/WRMN radio. Keep in tune and informed on what's happening here in the Fox River Valley right here on WRMN.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 12 o'clock.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby, brought to you by USPS Ground Advantage. The Illinois Secretary of State's office is now accepting applications for about 120 paid summer jobs. The program is open to college, trade school, and graduate students, as well as some high school students, with positions available at DMV facilities and offices across the state. An Illinois lawmaker is backing a proposal to remove the state's 2-year high school foreign language requirement. State Representative Travis Weaver says the change would give students more flexibility and ease what he calls an unfunded mandate. Illinois has joined a multi-state lawsuit challenging new federal requirements for colleges to report detailed admissions and financial aid data by race. The suit argues the policy is overly burdensome and could lead to politically motivated investigations of universities. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's Renters Insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
NCAA basketball tournament seedings are out. Illini men's basketball playing in the South Regional. That'll be in Houston, Texas. They're the 3rd seed. They've got a matchup this Thursday with 14th seed Penn. Illini women's basketball has the 7th seed in Regional 1. That's being played in Fort Worth, Texas. They'll play on Friday against 10th seed Colorado. The Blackhawks are home tomorrow night hosting the Minnesota Wild. The Hawks coming off a 4-0 shutout loss at Vegas. Tomorrow night's game at United Center, the first of a home and home. They'll play in St. Paul on Thursday. Seiya Suzuki could be out for the Cubs for a while. He suffered a knee injury in the World Baseball Classic. The Bulls host the Grizzlies tonight at United Center. Chicago's dropped 7 of 10 and 2 in a row. They're 12th in the East. They're 6.5 games out of a playoff spot.
Save big when you bundle auto and home, renters, or condo with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The greatest insult the Colonel ever suffered was being served a wrap that was just a snack by a friend. So he took 2 crispy tenders, lettuce, tomatoes, and pepper mayo, and wrapped them in a soft tortilla. It wasn't a snack, it was a meal. He called it a twister, and never called that friend again. The Colonel lived, so we could chicken. The Twister. Now back at KFC, classic or with bacon. Also try it spicy. It's finger-licking good.
Prices and participation may vary.
How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at Rain-X. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No, we'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Starting this afternoon, snow showers and patchy blowing snow are likely with a high near 23. Tonight, patchy blowing snow continues with a slight chance of snow showers. Look for a low around 7. On Tuesday, mostly sunny skies will return, bringing a high near 22. Currently, it's 24 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS.
Is back or neck pain keeping you from living the life you love? At St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, our spine specialists help patients get back to moving, working, and enjoying life again, often with minimally invasive treatments and faster recovery. The care you need, the expertise you trust, right here in your community. Visit stjosephjelgin.com to schedule a consultation. St. Joseph Hospital, celebrating 125 years of compassionate care.
Building a house is hard, but have you tried removing one? Flood Brothers takes the mess out of demolition. With fast roll-off dumpster delivery, reliable debris pickup, and a family-owned team that takes service personally. Call 630-261-0400 or visit floodbrothersdisposal.com. Flood Brothers Disposal, proud sponsor of America's First Responders Fest.
Welcome in, folks, to the 12 o'clock hour here on Out to Lunch on WRMN AM 1410. We're broadcasting live here from Studio 14. We're serving you, the listeners, the community, the Fox River Valley area. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today and being a part of the conversation with us. You can listen in on that AM 1410 dial. You can also stream it on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/WRMN radio. If you want to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell, you can always keep yourself up to date and in the loop on what's happening here in the Fox River Valley and what's going on here on WRMN. This show, Out to Lunch, is proudly sponsored by St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. You can get back to doing what you love with expert orthopedic and spine care at St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. From advanced surgery to personalized rehab, their specialists are with you throughout your care journey. St. Joseph Hospital is a proud member of Prime Healthcare, and they're here to keep you moving. So you can schedule your appointment today by giving them a call at 847-931-5525 or visit their website at stjosephjelgin.com. So thank you so much to St. Joseph Hospital for sponsoring today's show, Out to Lunch, and also our upcoming next interview here with the sponsors of today's show on Out to Lunch, St. Joseph Hospital. Now, what we're going to be discussing today is a little bit about some of the orthopedic spine care that is offered at St. Joseph Hospital. If you are having some spinal issues, you don't really know what to do at first, who to ask, St. Joseph Hospital is here for you, and we have an expert who is on this. In fact, he is a surgeon affiliated with St. Joseph Hospital. We today want to welcome here Dr. Zachary Goldstein, who is an orthopedic spine surgeon affiliated with St. Joseph Hospital. And we also do have Karen Kipp, who is the director of acute care services. She is going to be talking with us today a little bit on what the patient post-op experiences are like too. So thank you both so much for coming into the station today and talking on Out to Lunch.
Yeah. Matt, thanks for having us on this cold, snowy day.
Oh, yes.
You've inspired me to shovel out my grill and when I get home.
All the grill talk I talked earlier.
Yeah.
But
happy to be here. So
absolutely. And Karen, thank you so much for being here as well, too.
Thank you for having us. Hopefully our listeners will learn a lot from us and consider having your services at St. Joe's.
Absolutely. So let's start a little bit here first. So firstly, for Dr. Goldstein, how did you get started in the field that you work in as an orthopedic spine surgeon? What kind of inspired you? Would it start from very young in childhood, or was it something maybe that you experienced a little later in life? What got you interested in the passion that you have?
Yeah, I mean, I've always loved science, and I actually thought for a while to go into engineering,
cool.
And orthopedics kind of like combine both, where I could help people apply engineering principles, and orthopedics is unique in medicine in that we have patients that are generally healthy and they're trying to get back to doing the things they want to do. And so you can make a really big impact in these patients' lives, more so than many other specialties where you're just, dealing with kind of chronic illnesses. You can really make a really dramatic improvement in these patients' lives. And in terms of spine in particular, there's just something very, it's just truly incredible. The way God designed the body and designed the spine and the nerves and how intricate everything has to work together. There's really nothing like it in my mind.
That's awesome. That's a great way of looking at it, too. That's awesome. Tell us a little bit here. I know St. Joseph Hospital, of course, they offer a highly regarded neck and spine specialty program. Tell us a little bit about what this specialty program has to offer for folks out there.
Yeah, so I'm really excited and proud to be a part of the spine program at St. Joseph's Hospital. As the surgery chairman at the hospital, I'm involved in many aspects of the surgery department, but I think that we have something very unique in this community with the spine program at the hospital. The hospital has been, an important part of the community for a long time. Many long-time Elgin residents know about the important role the hospital has played. But I think a lot of people aren't aware that in our own backyard we have this hidden gem of a spine surgery program. The spine surgeons at the hospital have really worked really hard to build this program and to build something that really stands out amongst competitors and other hospitals in the area. Recently, the hospital has become one of the Blue Cross Blue Distinction Centers. And these are surgery centers and hospitals that have undergone a lot of rigorous testing to determine hospitals that demonstrate improved patient safety, improved patient outcomes, lower costs. And St. Joseph's Hospital has demonstrated all of those, in particular with spine surgery. And so we have excellent outcomes. Our infection rates are some of the lowest in the entire country. Our hospitalizations are dramatically shorter than most. We are applying a lot of the minimally invasive procedures that many people have seen out there, but we have surgeons that are doing these surgeries that may have had landed someone in the hospital for a week back 20 years ago. We're doing these outpatient or sometimes maybe one night in the hospital. Less blood loss, smaller incisions, just really, really tremendous outcomes. And so it's something that I think the community should be proud of, and I hope to grow the national recognition of what we're doing at the hospital, and I think it is unique.
That's awesome. That's so cool. And now for listeners who might not know, what makes this spine program at St. Joseph Hospital unique compared to other hospitals in the region? What would you say?
I think that, one thing that's unique, aside from all the excellent outcomes and excellent, surgeons that we have, is, St. Joseph's Hospital, I've always felt that there's more of a family feel to the hospital. Mm-hmm. You walk in the door, you're going to get greeted with smiles and compassionate care from everyone from the preoperative area to the floor nurses. And it's something that you don't always see at other hospitals, kind of, other, fast-paced, busy hospitals. Mm-hmm. And everyone there knows everybody's name, and everybody has my cell phone and knows how to get a hold of me. And it is really like a family feel. And I think that is very unique about the hospital.
That really makes it tight-knit, too, in the fact that everyone works together, because it's that family-knit experience. And it's also, too, very reassuring for people, because no one really wants to, go to a hospital per se, right? Unless they, like in the sense of, they're going through some troubles. They do want to go, of course, but it can be, it can be a very scary experience. And so when you make it comforting, when you make it, this is a place of ease where we are here to take those worries away from you. We are here to help you in any way that we possibly can. And that's so important. And I know St. Joseph Hospital does a great job doing that too. So now a lot of people who live with chronic and neck pain or back pain out there maybe don't really know what to do, or maybe they don't even know kind of where to start. So what are some of the signs that it's time to see a spine specialist rather than just trying to manage the pain on their own?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody after a certain age, you start having the neck and the back pain crop up, and you can be a desk worker, you could have no job, you could be a factory worker. It hits everybody at a certain age. And so, there's the easy things to try. You switch up your pillow, you switch up your mattress, take some time off from doing some of the rigorous things around the house. Mm-hmm. If none of those things work, a lot of people have tried, prescription strength medications, non-prescription strength medications first, anti-inflammatories. Going to your family doctor is an okay place to start. If you want to go see a specialist, up front, in my practice, we see people, even if they haven't seen another, specialist. But most of the patients that see me don't end up having spine surgery. I'd say less than 5% of people that even walk through my doors even end up having surgery. And that's because there are so many things that we can do that don't involve surgery that can really help with neck and back pain. Physical therapy is a great option for people. There's a really great track record in improving pinched nerve pain, back pain, neck pain, dry needling. There's a lot of techniques that physical therapists can do. Chiropractors certainly have their role. It's a very different treatment than physical therapy. We can do a lot of non-operative interventions in the office, different types of steroid injections, epidural injections, trigger point injections. There's a whole branch of procedures called ablations where we can actually burn some of the tiny nerves with some heat that cause pain from certain areas of the neck and the back. And all of these can be very, very effective. And so surgery is kind of a last resort. And certainly, and most spine providers can kind of guide you through those steps.
Awesome. Now, of course, you treat a wide range of different conditions, So like herniated discs, spinal stenosis. So what are some of the most common spine issues that you see in patients today? Has there been an uptick in a certain kind? I mean, what kind of, you see it all. So what's kind of the most popular one? Or I wouldn't say popular, most common one.
So I kind of lump spine issues into two different buckets. So there's like the run-of-the-mill arthritis, things wear out. We always say that, when you're born, you have the most cartilage in your body that you'll ever have. And every day the rest of your life is things wearing out. Unfortunately, we're humans, as when things move, they wear out, just like any parts in a machine. And so arthritis in the neck and the back, takes its toll. Usually in that kind of 4th, 5th decade of life, things start wearing out a little bit. And that can cause a lot of the neck and back pain we experience. And that's probably the most common thing that I see. But then there's the other bucket of pinched nerve pain. So most people know about like sciatica. People typically think of sciatica as pain, numbness, tingling, running down their legs. You can actually have the same thing in your arms coming from pinched nerves in the neck. Same kind of sciatica. And that can happen really at any age. I mean, I see that happen in people in their 20s. I'd say more commonly 30s, 40s, 50s. And that can happen both just out of the blue. It can be work related. So we take care of a lot of work related injuries. And that could range from people who are, have factory jobs or jobs that involve any sort of labor, standing on their feet for a long time. But we also see it in people who have desk jobs. And so that really is across all age groups we see.
Okay. So, it can pretty much happen to anyone. Would you say, I don't know if you know this or not, can it be genetic too?
Yeah, great point. We know that genes play a huge role in this. We see people who, I see people at young ages who have neck and back issues, and they say, what do I do? I'm not even I just sit in my chair all day and don't do anything. And unfortunately, genetics plays a huge role. We have a poor understanding of why certain people develop disc degeneration and others don't. And there's a lot of research being done on that. But yes, genetics play a strong role. So if, for anyone listening out there, if their parents have back and neck issues, it may be in store for them, but there are things that you can do to prevent the progression. It's important to have a strong core. It's important to stay flexible and stay active, and that will hopefully maybe prevent or slow the progression of those bad genes.
Definitely. So whether it's genetics or not, of course, you do specialize in that minimally invasive and outpatient spine procedures. So how have these techniques changed the way patients recover from neck or back surgery?
Yeah, I'd say in all of medicine, I challenge anyone to find any other specialty that has evolved so rapidly as how spine surgery has in really the last 15 years or so. How we do a spine surgery now is nothing like it what used to be done 20 years ago. So, everyone has a story of an uncle who maybe had a back fusion, 20 years ago, and they were never the same. And it's unfortunately, those stories, while they occur, they're becoming much, much less common because the technologies have really evolved to include surgeries that are smaller surgeries, surgeries that respect a lot of the natural anatomy of the spine. We have a much better understanding of the biomechanics of the spine, and that's allowed us to perform smaller surgeries with smaller incisions, less blood loss, less muscle damage, and shorter hospitalizations. So it really, I'm very excited to be part of this field, and I'm sure in 10 years, it's going to be very different than what we're doing now.
Oh, yes. With the growth of technology, it's amazing. It's amazing what's being done. So thank you, of course, for all you do. Karen, we are going to you next. How did you get started working in the field, bringing you to become the Director of Acute Care Services?
Well, I have always wanted to actually become a doctor. But funnily enough, I did not like school very much. So I thought the closest I could get to a medical field is becoming a nurse and hoping to, stay in school a little bit shorter of time. And I ended up loving it. I actually started in orthopedics. That's where I've grown and learned everything that I learned now. And now I have slowly, went my way up and became the director of our inpatient services and also overseeing the orthopedic unit where all of our spine cases come if they do end up getting hospitalized.
Okay. Now, once a patient has spine surgery at St. Joseph Hospital, can you kind of run down with us a little bit? What does the immediate recovery experience generally look like for them? Now, everyone's going to be a little bit different, but generally speaking, how does it usually look?
Yeah, so one thing that we do pride on, like Dr. Goldstein said, is the amount of time that the patients stay in the hospital are very minimal. For the most part, a lot of them do go home directly from our recovery room. And we have a small number of patients that do stay in the hospital if they have other health problems going on with them. But even then, they would probably only stay about 24 hours.
Okay.
Immediately after their surgery, we definitely make sure that we assess how they're doing, making sure they don't have any what we call neurological symptoms. And they work right away with our physical therapists. Mobility is key, really. As soon as these patients get up and get moving, the better their recovery becomes. So nursing works very closely with our rehab department, our therapy team, and making sure these patients are mobilized as soon as possible, as long as it's safe to do so.
That's great. Yeah, that's great. The nursing team helping you guide patients through the recovery process is very important too. So you can definitely put your trust and faith into, of course, everyone at play here. What are some of the biggest concerns a lot of patients or maybe families typically have after surgery? How do your team, do the teams at St. Joseph Hospital help to address those concerns?
Sure. I think one of the biggest concerns they have is pain management, especially because a lot of these patients do have pain prior to surgery. But Dr. Goldstein and his team is really good with preparing these patients. So they know what to expect after surgery. And then the nurses at that point just reinforce that education and that teaching of, okay, these are what you're going to experience. You may have pain, but these are the management things that we have in place, medications, movement. And we want to make sure that these patients understand that we want to address that pain that they're experiencing as soon as possible so that we're not playing catch up. And really, we can't really take the entire pain away because if we do that, it means we're over medicating them or they might stop breathing. So we want to make sure that we are safe with all of the management that we're doing for pain. And again, they are very successful because as they partner with us in making sure that they report to us what pain they're having and we know how to address them, they're able to participate with therapy sooner and much better, and then the recovery becomes faster.
Yeah, so it's very important for patients out there to write down and to say any sort of pain that they're having. You got to make sure that you know exactly what's going on, that they're, even if it's just minor little pain, you don't want it to be overlooked. That's important. Because even that minor pain can turn into major in a second. It just depends on the person, but it's always good to make sure that that you're on folks are on top of that too. Now, rehabilitation and early mobility are, again, a big key to that recovery, keeping people mobile, keeping people active, getting back to doing what you love, right? So what are some of the support systems and services, physical therapy or educational, that patients can receive before they go home?
Yeah, so definitely, like you said, physical therapy is key as well. And discharge planning starts on admission. So if we do have patients that do stay in the hospital, we have our case managers working closely with those patients, making sure that we know what they have at home so that we know what services and resources we need to provide for them and get them ready for going home, whether it's, physical therapy. Some patients would do home health. Some patients would do outpatient. It really depends on how well they're doing and how they have progressed since surgery.
Okay. And then from your own perspective, what feedback do you hear most often from patients about their experience in the spine program at St. Joseph Hospital?
I think a lot of patients are surprised at, how well the surgery was, how fast the recovery was, how short their stay is in the hospital. And they're very, one thing that we pride on, like Dr. Goldstein said, is we're a family. So they definitely see the collaboration from when they walk into the door to when they had the surgery, after their surgery, and once they go up onto the inpatient units and everything that gets arranged for them prior to going home. So I think making sure it's a well-oiled machine really creates a big impact for the patient experience, and they appreciate the entire experience they have from having their spine surgery.
And just to piggyback on that, if I can, we do so much spine surgery at this hospital that everyone is so good at it. I mean, everybody from the pre-op nurses to the OR nurses. I tell people St. Joe is where my A team is. All the radiologists I like are the radiology techs and all the nursing techs, and then the floor nurses. It is a well-oiled machine because we've done this so well for so long. We have it kind of down to a science. We totally revamped our perioperative pain control, where we totally changed the way we manage pain after these surgeries. We looked at a lot of the national ERAS guidelines, or the Enhanced Recovery After Surgery guidelines, and we've really tried to give everyone a specific cocktail of medications around surgery, so that when they wake up, their pain is very minimal. And a lot of the nurses on the floor after surgery, they know what they're doing. They know how to take care of spine patients. A lot of hospitals in the area, they don't do that much spine surgery. You might get a nurse who isn't as comfortable at managing these patients. And they also know, things to look out for, things to alert the doctor about if, they're concerned about something. And so we really have it down really well. And Karen's team does a great job. They're always in communication with us as the doctors and the surgeons. And so we aim to have a very, very good experience for our patients, even if it is a short, 24-hour stay. We aim for it to be good. And I always ask people afterwards, how was your experience at St. Joe? And almost always they say, oh, it was amazing. They really don't have a lot of negative things to say, which I'm very, very proud of.
That's great. That teamwork and the knowledge and the experience all coming together to make it happen for people. And I love that. So thank you both so much for all you do. Thank you, St. Joseph Hospital, for all you do. Of course, thank you for being the sponsor of today's show, Out to Lunch. We still have a couple minutes left. So how can people find more information about spinal care at St. Joseph Hospital, and maybe even some other services that tie along with that too?
Like you mentioned, on our website, it specifically says all the services that we have, and it also highlights our spine program. So patients or anybody listening that would be, you are welcome to look at our website. You can also give us a call directly. The number that you had provided earlier, Matt, is a great number for them to reach out to. And you know what? Feel free to even walk in. We are always available. I'm always available. If anybody has any questions, we have a great team. Like Dr. Goldstein said, we do this all the time. We are very well versed on this spine program, and we'd be more than happy to discuss anything that anybody would have a question about, and hopefully provide the services that they're looking for.
Awesome. And again, that phone number, folks, is 847-931-5525. Again, that's 847-931-5525. You can call them today. You can visit their website. Again, it's stjosephelgin.com. If you go under their services pages, you can find it under spine care. Of course, you can also view all the other services that they have to offer too. Don't hesitate to give them a call. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns or comments, they are there to help you. You are working with some of the best when it comes to these expertise and when it comes to surgery and all good things here too, to get you back into doing what you love for a healthy life. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. We greatly appreciate it a lot. And we'd love to have you back on the air anytime you'd like.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Folks, we're going to take a quick time out. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN AM 1410. So stay tuned for more. And up next, we do have our Tradio segment. So if you are looking forward to buying, selling, trading, and or announcing to the Fox River Valley area, that'll be up next. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more here in just a bit.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by KFC. Illinois has joined a multi-state lawsuit challenging new federal requirements for colleges to report detailed admissions and financial aid data by race. The suit argues the policy is overly burdensome and could lead to politically motivated investigations of universities. The Illinois Secretary of State's office is now accepting applications for about 120 paid summer jobs. The program is open to college, trade school, and graduate students, as well as some high school students, with positions available at DMV facilities and offices across the state. An Illinois lawmaker is backing a proposal to remove the state's 2-year high school foreign language requirement. State Representative Travis Weaver says the change would give students more flexibility and ease what he calls an unfunded mandate. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Hi, Flo here to say that Progressive knows that life can change quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, like when I have to take my ex off my policy.
Oh, sorry. But yes, we can do that.
And can you send them a message and tell them that they have trust issues that they need to work on?
We don't really get in the middle of these conflicts.
Also, can you let them know that I was faking interest in his band and it's probably time to grow up?
I'm not going to do it. Just know that with Progressive, you can easily make changes to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Also, I'm staying in touch with his mom because she's absolutely lovely.
Bad idea.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
I've been getting a lot of questions about who I'm supporting to take over as controller. Cindy from Springfield wrote, Dear Susanna, I'm a lifelong Democrat and would like to know your thoughts on the contestants for your current position. Or if you cannot officially answer, can you please send me a hint? Well, thanks for asking, Cindy.
Hi, Cindy. I'm Holly Kim and ready to be your next controller. I hope I can count on your support.
By the way, Cindy, that's not just a hint. It's an endorsement.
I'm Danielle Penman, a registered nurse, conservative Republican, and longtime resident of St. Charles running for state senator. I'm focused on cutting taxes, supporting law enforcement, and holding Springfield accountable. Because Illinois families deserve better.
Paid for by Friends for Danielle Penman.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Starting this afternoon, snow showers likely with patchy blowing snow, high near 25. Tonight, mostly cloudy with patchy blowing snow and a slight chance of snow showers, a low around 6. Looking ahead to Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high near 23. Currently, it's 24 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Logan Fury did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he bought a mini treadmill. Is walking on it during video conference calls more distracting than he thought? Yes. And is that because he overestimated his foot-eye coordination? Definitely. But it's Logan's savings, and if he wants to burn calories and any chance at a promotion, we say, good for you, Logan. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Welcome back, folks, here to Out to Lunch on WRMN AM 1410, broadcasting live here from Studio 14, serving you, the Fox River Valley area. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you to St. Joseph Hospital for not only being sponsor of today's show, Out to Lunch, but, of course, for coming into the station to talk with us. I already spoke with Michael here off the air, and we're already planning on doing yet another great interview already into next week, too. So we're very excited about that, too. Stay tuned for that, potentially coming up on Thursday, the 26th of March at 12 o'clock, having Dr. Anwar in with us. So that should be a good time for sure. Good, very informative as well. So again, thank you so much to St. Joseph Hospital for all you do for the community and for those who are in need too. You can definitely trust your health to excellence with St. Joseph Hospital, a proud member of Prime Healthcare. Let's see what we have here. We've got our Tradio segment. If you are looking to buy, sell, trade, and or announce to the Fox River Valley area, now's the time to call in. 847-931-1410. You can also text us at 505-926-1410. If you've got something that's got to go, you can post it here on Tradio. Just let us know. We'd love to talk to you. So we have some Tradio callers that have recently called in. We have a Tradio caller who has 4 colonial pine tables from the 1980s. She's looking for a good offer on them, at least $100 for all 4 of them. I would say that that is pretty good deal. I think it's those nice, maybe foldable end tables. They sound pretty nice. They're colonial pine tables from the 1980s, and that's a pretty good deal on that if you want all 4 of them. She also does have a new coffee machine that she's looking to get rid of or to sell for just $10. Also not too bad there, too. She also has a table lamp for sale that is for $10. $10 for that table lamp. And then she also does have some old Schwinn bicycles, too. So if you do want to reach out to her, that's 847-209-7765. That's 847-209-7765. My camera is really glowing here. I'm going to have to look. I'm going to have to maybe, wait a minute. Can I reset that? I'm trying to see if I can reset it with the light. I don't think I can. Oh, gosh, I'm really glowing today. Okay, that's fine. We'll make it work. That's fine. We've got here Patrick here. He's looking for a wood chipper for sale. If you're interested, you've got one. He's looking for it. Reach out to him today. That number to dial is 224-735-1674. That's 224-735-1674. That's the number to dial, and that is that's for him. Let's see here. Another Tradio caller has a Bayliner boat for sale. This is a 17-foot boat for sale. It's in great condition, and it's been used very little. Also has a trailer that comes with it, too. Also has a 1946 Chevy 110 truck for sale. Best offer on both of them. So if anyone is interested, please feel free to reach out. You can leave a message. That number to dial is 847-464-5830. That's 847-464-5830. That's the number to dial. Another Trader caller here. Greg is, of course, looking for those bicycles, late 1800s to the 1970s, parts, pieces, and or accessories. And, of course, they can really be in any condition. He's also looking for those vintage Omega watches, men's and women's watches, and also the diver style watches. And again, he's a collector, not a dealer, so he'll pay a fair price on those. For those. And then he's also looking for an old gas tether car, old toy cars from the 50s and 60s. He's also looking for old slot cars or slot car parts, or even sets, mainly 124 scale cars, HO as well. And then he also has a son that is looking for some Pokemon cards, and then he does have for sale the following items. He's got that Schwinn 312 Goose Island bicycle for $99. He's got that Hamilton Beach 3-head milkshake maker in the color ivory for $400, and it does come with the 3 cups too. He also does have a soft top canopy. It's a 10 by 10 for free. It's good used, and it does come with a chandelier too. So if you want to reach out to Greg today, that number to dial is 847-962-6033. That's 847-962-6033. Another Trader caller here has a lot of furniture for sale located in Hampshire. Everything is like new, and she'll take lots of different offers on them. She's got 2 sofas, dining room table set, TV, appliances, washer and dryer, so much. So please feel free to call her. You can call her cell or her landline. Her cell phone number is 847-502-4612. That's 847-502-4612. And then also the landline number at 847-695-9881. That's 847-695-9881. And it looks like we do have a caller on hold here. Let's take it to the phone lines. Hi there, caller. Welcome to the show.
Hi, this is Bob.
Hi, Bob. How you doing today?
No, this is Greg. How you doing?
Wait a minute. You done goofed me. You fooled me.
How you doing, sir?
I was like, wait, who's Bob? I never heard of Bob before. Oh, yeah, there's another Bob out there. But I was like, I've never heard this voice. Oh,
well,
gosh,
I'm glad
Greg.
you made it in today.
Yeah.
You're quite the trooper.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Compared to the rest of the staff, I'm telling you, you should be president of this center. But anyway.
Thank you.
Hey, couple things.
Yes.
The canopy, we're putting in a new canopy. That's why I was getting rid of this, or the gazebo, whatever you want to call it. We got our permit, so you can cancel the ad. It will be here through the end of the week, I'm sure, if anybody wants to get it, but no need to advertise it anymore.
Okay. That sounds good. I will update that. And I forgot to mention, do you still have the Bailey Blue hat for sale?
You bet.
All right, cool.
I don't want to give that thing away for cheap, but you saw it. I'm like,
nice.
I just love that thing.
Nice. It is cool. It's really cool. Definitely.
Yeah, but just want to let you know, the corned beef recipe you published last week, I made it over the weekend again, and
nice.
It's a no fail recipe. It comes out so good. I'm telling you.
Gosh, I'm excited.
When you boil it, it loses a lot of the flavor, but this we froze it in the past, and it comes out just as good. But I'm going to send you another recipe if you can keep up with the Foodie Friday. I got one. It's Rachel Ray's, and I'm not a big fan of Rachel Ray, but I love bruschetta. I mentioned Tony Spavone's last week.
Yes.
And he has a great bruschetta. Bruschetta is kind of a rolled steak. It's pounded out, and it has some prosciutto and cheeses, and the key is you got to have pine nuts, and and Rachel Ray's this recipe is awesome. I'm going to share it with you, but it's like an extravagant meatball on steroids. I don't know how else I can explain it, but it's got all these meats in it, and if it's done right and cooked right, like her recipe, you cut into it with a fork, and it just falls apart and melts in your mouth. It's phenomenal. So
that's awesome. That's great. Awesome.
All right. Well, keep up the great work. Enjoy your show.
All right. Thanks again.
Take care, man.
All right. You too. Bye-bye now. All right. Thanks again, Greg, for calling in. Very nice there. Let's see what we've got. Oh, what's with my system here? Hang on a sec. What is going on? Oh, it's messing up on me. Hang on. Oh, goodness me. What's going on here? Okay. Nope. And now it's going this way. Okay. I'll have to figure it out. We're going to take a quick time out, folks, and we'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN AM 1410. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back after these messages. Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
Are you suffering with anxiety, depression, PTSD, an eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem? If it's causing problems at work or with your family, get help now at Insight Mental Health and Wellness. We can help and treat all types of depression and mental issues. We'll help you use your insurance to get away from it all to a beautiful, sunny, and tranquil vacation-like environment so you can recharge yourself. And with a Family Medical Leave Act, you could take the time off you need from work. Plus, with the Affordable Care Act, your treatment could be 100% covered. If you're suffering from any kind of anxiety, depression, PTSD, eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem, use your insurance and get away from it all. Come to sunny California. Call Insight Mental Health and Wellness now. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. That's 800-419-0287.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone in your community, or just taking a deep, calming breath when you need it. Nice. For mental health resources, check out loveyourmindtoday.org. At loveyourmindtoday.org, you'll find information that may help you get through a tough time. Things like tips for dealing with stress, how to navigate difficulties like financial worries, anger, substance use, and more. You can also find real stories of how people navigated their own mental health challenges. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast, right here on WRMN 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Newry with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Whether you're working third shift or you're just a night owl, catch the most listened to overnight talk radio program in North America, Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN, the voice of the Valley and the talk of the town, broadcasting live here from Studio 14, serving you, the Fox River Valley area. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. Let's go through a little bit more here on what's happening locally in the Fox River Valley area. So we'll show you a little bit about that. Let's see what we've got here. So some of the displays that are still going on right now, celebrating 250 years of Elgin exhibit is going on here. You can celebrate America's 250th birthday for the 250 years of Elgin exhibit. This engaging exhibit highlights the pivotal moments that shaped Elgin into the culturally vibrant city it is today. It also showcases the 250th anniversary events happening across the community too. It's presented by the Elgin Area Chamber, Enhancing Elgin Community, City of Elgin, and also Elgin History Museum, and the Elgin Public Museum too. So definitely a good one that you want to check out. Also here too, State Street Market Shop's 44th anniversary celebration is going on today, and that's going on until 5 o'clock. So that's going on in, oh no, wait, that was already, oh, that's weird. It says it's today, but it's not. It happened on Saturday and Sunday. Sorry about that. So that's old news. Also, Movie Mondays, Gail Bowden Public Library is happening at the South Elgin branch. That's coming up. Or, well, that already happened. I need to refresh my page here. Okay, I need to go down and just move into tomorrow. Let's see what else we've got here. Okay, so tomorrow, the big day, St. Patrick's Day. We all know this. St. Patrick's Day is coming up. This is going to be all around the area. So there's lots of cool events that you can go to, that you can check out, all that good stuff. There's going to be a Shamrocks Shenanigans Celebration 2026. That is coming up here. That's tomorrow. That's open at 3 p.m. They're going to be at the River Street Tavern in East Dundee. So there's going to be some live music and other good things like that too. St. Patrick's Day, Sean the Piper is performing at Rosie O'Hare's. Sean McDonald is back at Rosie's on St. Patrick's Day, coming up tomorrow at 4 p.m. Piping some of your favorites. So if you want to check that out too, that'll be coming up. Taco and Trivia Thursdays at the Assembly in West Dundee will be around the corner. That is tomorrow, March 17th, 5:30 until 9 p.m. This is Taco Tuesday and Trivia Tuesday. So, of course, you can enjoy those delicious tacos that you don't want to hesitate on not doing. You got to do it. I mean, it's for $9.99 per person. That is pretty good. So they have an all-you-can-eat beef taco bar. Let's see what's next on the list here. You can find some good bingos events that's coming up here. That includes Bamboozles in West Dundee, Bannerman Sports Bar and Grill in Bartlett is another one that's going to be coming up, so you don't want to miss out on those good opportunities. You can win some fun prizes. That sounds like a lot of fun. There's also the Elgin Township Buildings event. This is, it's at the Elgin Township Building. This is coming up tomorrow. That's from 7:15 until 9:15. This is Toast of the Fox, Toastmasters Club meeting will be coming up. So you can improve your communication and leadership skills in a supportive, friendly environment. Toast of the Fox Toastmasters Club, welcoming guests of all experience levels, from first-time speakers to seasoned professionals. Most members live or work in the Fox Valley area. And of course, guests are always welcome. The meetings are held on the first and third Tuesdays of each month. That's from 7:15 until 9 p.m. It's a hybrid, in-person, and via in-Zoom too. So that's coming up. That'll be tomorrow. Tuesday the 17th, Old Republic Kitchen and Bar has their Extreme Bar Bingo. That's every Thursday. You can enjoy that too. It's not your grandma's bingo, that's for sure. You can come out and get your chance to win some jackpots, TVs, gift cards, Blackstones, and more. And it is free to play. So that sounds like a lot of fun. There's also karaoke at the Dive Bar that you can enjoy. That's also coming up on Tuesday the 17th. Tipsy Tuesday is here. $4 you call it drinks and karaoke all night. That'll be starting at 8 o'clock. That's at 109 East Highland Avenue in downtown Elgin. That's the Dive Bar for their Tipsy Tuesdays. Also, Plank Road Tap Room is having a Wine Down Wednesday spring wine tasting. And of course, with spring almost around the corner, this is the perfect way for you to get into the mood. This Wine Wednesday, you can enjoy a $5 tasting of their 4 hand-selected spring wines, crisp, refreshing, and ready for warmer days. And if you do love one of them, or maybe all of them, you can enjoy a full pour or take a bottle home to welcome the season. So that will also be coming up. That'll be on Wednesday. Also on Wednesday, from 4 until 11, the Distance Social has their spring menu release. Come by and check out what new cocktails that they've been creating for you this season. You can get more information on their website, or also info@thedistancesocial.com. And you can check the event organizer's social media for all of those updates. Also coming up on Wednesday, the 18th at 7 o'clock, it's an open mic night at Side Street Studio Arts. You can enjoy, of course, at least 15 minutes of fame here. That they can, everyone gets at least 15 minutes of fame, actually. They give you 7, they'd say. So you can play music, you can tell jokes, you can dance, you can do a puppet show. So kind of really anything that you would like to do, you can also do too. So that sounds like a lot of fun. So if you want to check out more information on things that are coming up, things that are happening, you can find that posted on exploreelginarea.com to get more information. Don't forget, of course, you can also find things that are coming up for March of 2026. That includes Fox Valley Magazine's latest issue. Lots of it includes food. Now, we did go through the wines of the month last week. We went through the beers of the month, and we did go through the dishes of the month a couple weeks ago. And there's a lot of dishes. There's a total of 18 dishes that have been chosen for this. So definitely a really, really good one to find, to check out. You can find it on their magazine page. That's at foxvalleymagazine.com. You can check out everything that's happening there when it comes to content. So they've got dining, they've got annual restaurant guide, which is something that they have new this year. And then they also do have sections on health and wellness. So that's all featured, posted on foxvalleymagazine.com. Of course, you can also do... You can also explore different things happening locally in the area. So if you're looking for things to do locally, you can either physically go to Explore Elgin area for their downtown actual station, where they're stationed at here in downtown, or of course you can also go online at exploreelginarea.com. There's also enjoyaurora.com is another good one to go to if you're looking for some fun activities to do, maybe during the weekday or also during the weekend too. Of course, you can also look at Facebook pages, social media sites, and more to keep yourself in tune with everything happening in the Fox River Valley area. Or, of course, you can also tune in here to WRMN AM 1410. We only have a little bit of time left here, so what do we have? We've got What's Cooking Today with Michael Horn. That is coming up just in a little bit here at the 1 o'clock segment. Now, I don't know specifically what he's going to be talking about today, but you can tune in for that coming up very shortly. We have Talk Time with Tammy and Friends. That'll be on here from 2 until 4 o'clock. From 4 to 6, we have Big Top Sports with Derek Geyer. And then, of course, we have some other great local programming coming around your way here on WRMN. Stay tuned for more, and we hope you all have a spectacular rest of your Monday as we get closer into St. Paddy's Day.